First News with Keeler in the morning on WIBX and WIBX950.com.
Hey guys, time to get in on the action for the biggest moments in basketball with PrizePicks, America's #1 fantasy sports app. Just select 2 or more players, pick more or less on their projections, place your entry, and win up to 100 times your money. Right now, PrizePicks will match your first deposit of up to $100. Just download the PrizePicks app and use the code GET100. That's code GET100 on PrizePicks for a first deposit match of up to $100. PrizePicks, pick more, pick less. It's that easy.
Rob Esche is on the line right now. Rob, good morning.
Hey, good morning, guys.
Congratulations.
Yeah, it's a big relief, that's for sure.
It's so funny because everybody was all over this story and the trademarking of the name, and you're fending people off. The reality is you can't say something until it's done. You can't say something until all the parties agree that something can be said. It's a little complicated. It's just not as easy as saying, "Oh yeah, that's true," right?
Yeah, I mean, a couple things. I mean, we were up in the negotiations. The contract was actually just signed yesterday before our Board of Governors meeting. And it's obviously a respect to the other, 30 clubs or 31 now, I guess, clubs in the league with their Board of Governors. Because ultimately they cast the vote on, allowing territorial changes and relocations and franchise purchases and all that stuff. So I did, obviously we knew for a few days. It was funny, the day before I was on ESPN News, and I said, they asked me if it was going to be called the Utica Devils, and I said, no, it's not. And I think they kind of assumed I lied to them, but obviously I wasn't.
Right.
So,
well, and that's the thing. How do you give up on the Comets name? I mean, everything has been built around that. And it's not like we picked Rumble Ponies, and it's because in the history of the area, they used to make these little rumbling pony things, but there's a legendary history of Comets hockey in this area. That it's history for us.
Yeah, it goes for decades long. I think it's no secret. I'm good friends with a lot of the Clinton Comets, from Jack Kane and Bordy Smith and Pierre Prevost and Dave Armstrong, and then obviously the late Ian Anderson. I have nothing but love and admiration for those guys. I called those guys up to get the name Utica Comets 8 years ago if that was something that they would want us to do, and they were all ecstatic about it. And it's like I said, it's decades old. Those guys are all class, and they really laid the grassroots for hockey. I feel that our community, the name Comets is synonymous with hockey and our love of the sport in our area. And to be fair to New Jersey, they saw it the same way. So, I mean,
nice.
When I got the trademark, we weren't even talking yet. I just, I heard rumblings going on, and I just figured, the right thing to do would be to get that. And, if I could do it, I'd do it all over again. I think it's the right thing. Hearing a lot of fans the last few days, I think it is true. We're going to want to resurrect that brand somehow, not by changing the name, obviously, but, we're going to want to do cool things in the future and tie in with the New Jersey Devils.
How in the world did that reporter in Binghamton come up, find that? How did that happen?
Somebody's got to say,
I
look
don't
over
know.
here.
I thought I didn't think it was a big deal, and then I got a few text messages on it, and I was like, "Yeah, I bought it." And then, and then the news broke. Then the news broke. I'm like, "Oh no!"
Oh boy! All right, Andrew.
Well, it's just great that it's going to be able to. You're going to be able to keep the "Let's Go Comets" chant and a lot of the other things that have been going on. And I think for fans who are like, "Oh, I'm going to have to get a new jersey now," well, yeah, you should, because it's it's going to be awesome with the new color scheme. But the fact that you wear your old Comets jersey, it's like a throwback.
Yeah, it's just, we have people that wear, the funny thing is through the years, the 8 years, we have people that wear Utica Devils jerseys to the Comets.
Right,
And I think, the one thing I was over hearing Bill say before I came on here, I think, the one thing that I would say that is the most impactful were the players of Vancouver, the coaching staff, and Vancouver. I mean, very seldomly in a situation like this do you end on good terms.
Yeah.
And they couldn't be happier for us. They were extremely genuine, and they always wanted to move out west. For 8 years, they've wanted to move out west. And it fit together well. And I got nothing but a lot of respect for Vancouver, and the players throughout the league talk. And one of the greatest things about Utica and the players is the players talk extremely highly of the situation in Utica. So between the fans and the players, they're really the two that have put this together for us.
And there's a little piece that I wrote on our website about. Let's pause for 1 second and thank Vancouver for the last 8 years and all these players and the names. The list of names is really long, and a lot of people make friendships and relationships, and some are closer to the program than others. But at the end of the day, a lot of fans out there, and there is a transition, and this is what happens in minor league hockey.
Yeah, it does. It is something that, kind of works its way into all minor league sports, really, and we're no different from that. And I agree. I think for us as an organization, I know how our staff has been handling it, because the rumors were obviously in the locker room as well. And I think for us, they've always acted professionally. We have, and I couldn't agree with you more. I think for me, it is nothing but respect and honoring Vancouver here for, the next little while until we close out the season. And then it's on to a new chapter. But for right now, I couldn't agree with you more, Bill.
Well, then we'll have to hate him. I mean, sooner or later, we're going to have to hate him.
Here's another question, quick. Has Kookie already began painting the auditorium inside?
No, again, we're gonna hit pause until the end of the season.
All right, fair enough. Yeah. Really, you can't do anything until the season's over.
Right, exactly.
All right, 2 more questions. Banaski, who's got one?
Real quick, I thought it was interesting. We talked about this yesterday. That I saw on the Devils website. They're looking back at Reed Boucher, and obviously he made quite an impact here locally. But if I've only got one question, let me ask you this: on the games left, I think it's 5 games scheduled, but there were all those makeups. Will those be made up, or is this? We're looking at 5 more to the end of this season.
5 more. Rochester and us talked about it, and I think from a player safety standpoint, they've played a ton of games in almost no period of time. And once the league decided to suspend the playoffs, I think it really is about player safety. These guys are playing a lot of games in a short period of time.
And then finally, and I know your answer would just normally be, well, yeah, they're going to make us really competitive. But, really deep down and honestly, have there been conversations about the competitiveness, the players that are going to be fed to us from New Jersey?
Well, I think the good thing with New Jersey, and when you look at the makeup of the NHL and the AHL, the last few years, New Jersey has been towards the bottom. But what that does is that allows them to draft higher. I think they had 9 picks last year. They might have got rid of one, so they had 8 top picks. This year they're scheduled to get another 9. So their prospect pool is massive in comparison to other AHL teams, which is exciting. With younger players, you go through the trials and tribulations, but you're also part of the rise. And our community has been great with that. I mean, we definitely, through the 8 years, had less with Vancouver, and Travis Green and Trent Call and their coaching staffs have been amazing in developing those players. And you really see towards the end of the year is when those teams start to take off. So, maybe there's growing pains and there's going to be a transition period. They're moving to a new city and stuff. But, no, I agree. I think that we're going to be extremely competitive, and we're going to develop. Development and winning go hand in hand. You can't develop without winning, and you can't win without developing. So. All
right, well, we're definitely looking forward to it. Manansky has a listener comment.
Dwayne in Rome says, I'd like to give Rob Esche and Gary Heenan kudos for all the hard work they've done to keep hockey in the area and make it a big success. I'm now saying I will be buying season tickets for both programs next year.
Pretty awesome. All right, Rob, thanks for taking the time. We really appreciate it.
Thank you. And I'd just like to say, that listener is exactly right. Gary's amazing. He's done an amazing job for decades.
Pretty cool. All right. Safe travels out there.
Nice job, Rob.
Thank you very much, guys.
All right. Thanks. Rob Esche, great news right there, right? There will be hockey here next year.
What did he say? We were going to talk to him unless he was crying in his Cheerios or something like that?
When we spoke with him on Wednesday, I said, so we are planning to speak with you then on Friday then. And he said, yeah, if we don't talk to me on Friday, I'll be crying in my Cheerios. Or
in a corner somewhere.
In a corner somewhere, it was the statement.
Hey guys, time to get in on the action for the biggest moments in basketball with Prize Picks, America's #1 fantasy sports app. Just select 2 or more players, pick more or less on their projections, place your entry, and win up to 100 times your money. Right now, Prize Picks will match your first deposit of up to $100. Just download the Prize Picks app and use the code GET100. That's code GET100 on Prize Picks for a first deposit match of up to $100. Prize Picks. Pick more. Pick less. It's that easy.